Hey everyone, my name is Demas Rusli. In this video, we're going to be checking out the brand new Samsung Galaxy Z Flip5. So welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Demas Rusli and I'm a photographer and designer based in Sydney, Australia. In this video, we're going to be checking out the brand new Samsung Galaxy Z Flip5 and I'm going to be talking about my first impressions and hands-on experiences, as well as showing you some photo and video examples from my initial testing using this phone over the last week. Before we get started, I just want to say a massive thank you to Samsung Australia for letting me check out this review unit for a week before the launch of the phone. It was so awesome to play around with and so interesting to experience this flip form factor. Alright, so let's get started. The first and most obvious change to the Galaxy Z Flip5 compared to the Z Flip 4 is the larger cover screen. It's now a Super AMOLED 748 by 720 60Hz 3.4 inch display instead of the 1.9 inch display previously, which means it's now going to be much better for checking your notifications and messages and snapping quick selfies using the main cameras without needing to open the phone. Also, because this screen is now larger, it also makes the widgets like the calendar, weather, alarm and Samsung Health so much more useful. If you go into the settings, then advanced features, then labs, you can turn on this option to allow some apps to be accessed on the cover screen too. For now, you can access Maps, Messages, Netflix and YouTube, but hopefully in future software updates, we're able to access lots more apps like Instagram and TikTok for example. These apps also support app continuity, which means if you open an app on the cover screen and then flip the phone open, it will have the app you were using open on the inside screen so you can continue what you're doing, which is very handy. Another noticeable change in the hardware is that there's now no gap between the two sides of the phone when it's closed. The two halves sit flat and flush against each other, which makes it look so much better, and it also means that less dust and debris will fall into the gap when the phone is closed. The hinge now looks a lot more streamlined and less chunky, and the edges of the phone are more squared off compared to the Z Flip 4, which makes it a lot nicer to hold in the hand. The overall dimensions and weight of the phone are pretty much identical to the previous model. Both the front and back of the phone use Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2, which should be quite durable and scratch resistant. But it is a fingerprint magnet, so I'd recommend using a case to minimize this and also to protect the phone as well. Now flipping the Z Flip 5 open, the inside display is a dynamic AMOLED 2X Full HD Plus 2640 by 1080 6.7 inch screen that has an adaptive refresh rate from 1 to 120 Hz. These are the same specs as the Z Flip 4, but from what I can see, the Z Flip 5 display looks quite a lot brighter than the Z Flip 4 at full brightness, which will make it better for outdoor use during the day. When you're using the phone on this main display, you can still feel the seam where the phone folds, but when I was using it, it felt less noticeable than the previous model. It's also barely visible when you're actually using the phone. It's only visible when the screen is off and you're looking at it from an angle. This is not an issue at all in my opinion, but as per usual, because the display folds, I wouldn't put large amounts of pressure on it when using the phone. Because of the foldable form factor, you can half fold the phone and use it in flex mode. This is where you're able to put the phone flat on a table and have the other half prompted up towards you. This is useful for apps like YouTube, where you can watch the video on the top half and then read the comments on the bottom half. Other apps you can use this for are Notes, where you can type notes like it's a mini laptop, and also the Camera app, where you can use the phone as a tripod to take selfie photos of yourself using a self timer. For the camera, this also works in landscape as well, as the phone still stands up when it's half folded sideways. Flex mode is also quite useful when opening two apps and multitasking. The Z Flip 5 will come in 4 colors: graphite, which is the one I have with me right now, lavender, cream and mint. It's still IPX8 certified, which means it's rated to be water resistant, and the fingerprint reader is on the side within the power button. The small form factor of this phone makes it very pocketable and easy to put inside small handbags, and flipping the phone open and close is so satisfying and nostalgic for those who had flip phones like me back in the day. In terms of battery, the Z Flip 5 has a 3700 mAh battery, which is the same size as the Z Flip 4. It now has the updated octa-core Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chipset, which should improve the battery life of the phone. But that bigger cover screen will definitely use more juice than the previous smaller cover screen, so the battery life might end up being very similar to the Z Flip 4 in my opinion. From my testing over the last week though, I've had no issues with the battery life whatsoever, as it's always lasted me a full day even after taking so many photos and 4K videos with it. The Galaxy Z Flip5 has 8 gigs of RAM for both the 512 gigs and 256 gig storage variants, and the prices will be $1,649 and $1,849 respectively in Australia. There's usually some great pre-order offers too on the Samsung Australia website, so look out for that if you're considering getting this phone. Alright, so now let's talk about the camera system. The Galaxy Z Flip5 has a dual rear camera setup with a 12 megapixel OIS f1.8 wide camera and a 12 megapixel f2.2 ultra wide camera. It also features a 10 megapixel f2.2 selfie camera on the main screen as well. The specs of the cameras are the same as the Z Flip 4, but from my initial testing, the Z Flip 5 photo and video quality has definitely improved. This might be due to software improvements. From what I've been told, there are improvements in the low light capabilities through better noise reduction and also better stability when recording videos through the improved adaptive digital image stabilization. The cameras are now arranged next to each other rather than on top of each other on the previous device, and both cameras are now slightly raised a bit as well. It's super awesome to be able to take selfie photos and videos using the main cameras on the cover screen. All you have to do is double tap on the power button to activate the camera. You can now also shoot in many orientations like 3x4 for photos and 9x16 for videos, which uses the full sensor. Previously, the cover screen was only able to shoot in square format, so this is a great improvement. On the cover screen, you can also shoot in portrait mode using the 1x camera only, and you can also shoot standard photos and videos using both cameras. You just need to pinch to zoom out to 0.5x, and then double tap to get back to 1x. In video mode, you're able to shoot in 30 and 60 FPS using the cover screen as well. Because of the form factor, you can half fold the phone and shoot photos and videos in an old school camcorder style too, which is heaps fun to do. So I went on a road trip with some friends over the weekend and shot a lot of test photos and videos using this phone. This is what they look like. The quality of the photos and videos have definitely improved thanks to the updated software and chipset, and the updated design to the hardware and brighter screen are also welcome improvements. Overall, the biggest upgrade to the Galaxy Z Flip5 is definitely the larger cover screen. It's now capable of displaying so much more, which means you will more likely not need to open up the phone as much. If you're wanting to get into the world of flip phones, this one's the one in my opinion. It's super fashionable with all the color options, really compact so it fits in small pockets and handbags, and the nostalgia of closing a flip phone is just so satisfying. If you have any questions about this phone, let me know in the comments below. During the Unpacked event that just happened, Samsung also released the Galaxy Z Fold5, which is now lighter with a new slim hinge design and has the same design language as the Z Flip5. It's also a multitasking beast with an improved camera system. They also launched the Galaxy Tab S9 lineup with huge displays and improved battery life, perfect for streaming your favorite shows and sports. And finally, they also launched the Galaxy Watch 6, which has two models, the base and the classic. The watch is epic for tracking your health and fitness, the rotating bezel is back on the classic model for improved navigation, and it's super awesome and useful when paired with all your other Samsung devices. So that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking and subscribing, and stay tuned for lots more videos coming soon. As always, thanks so much for watching, and remember to always push your creativity to the next level. Bye!